Ever felt like you're being too soft, too accommodating, and losing yourself in the process? It's time to shift that narrative. In this compelling talk, we're delving into the profound wisdom of Miyamoto Musashi, a legendary samurai who lived by the mantra "Stop being soft to everyone." Through his 7 powerful principles, you'll discover how to be more assertive, discerning, and resourceful. This isn't just a set of rules, it's a whole new approach to life that can supercharge your personal growth and resilience. So, if you're ready to step up, change your game, and tap into a reservoir of untapped strength, then stick around. You're just one video away from transforming your life. Trust me, you won't want to miss this. Let's unpack the very first principle of Miyamoto Musashi: do not think dishonestly. At its core, this principle is a call to integrity, an invitation to infuse honesty into every facet of our lives. Now, you may ask, isn't honesty a given, a fundamental moral value we all adhere to? The surprising truth is that honesty, in its purest form, is harder to come by than you might think, and it's not always about telling the truth to others. Often, the most significant dishonesty happens when we lie to ourselves. We live in a complex, fast-paced world, a world that often demands us to compromise, to adjust, to go with the flow. And somewhere in that process, we may find ourselves straying from our authentic selves, from our core beliefs. We might take on roles that don't feel right, make decisions that go against our instincts, or portray an image that is far from our true identity. That's where the trap of self-deception begins. We convince ourselves that we're doing what's necessary, that we're adapting, when in reality, we might be living a life that isn't genuinely ours. When Musashi says, "Do not think dishonestly," he is pushing us to confront this self-deception. He's urging us to take a good look at our actions, our thoughts, our motives, and ask ourselves, am I being true to who I am? Am I doing this because it aligns with my values or because it's what's expected of me? This introspection can be challenging, even uncomfortable, but it's a step we must take if we wish to live an honest, fulfilling life. Transparency with others is another dimension of this principle. When we are honest with others, we build bonds of trust and respect. In our professional lives, honesty translates into integrity, a trait that is vital in building a reputable career and maintaining good relationships with colleagues and superiors. In our personal lives, honesty is the cornerstone of any meaningful relationship. It builds a bridge of trust that allows love, friendship, and understanding to flow freely. However, honesty doesn't mean being brutally frank and insensitive. It's about being open, genuine, and respectful with your words and actions. It's about having the courage to express your thoughts and feelings without causing unnecessary harm or misunderstanding. It's about being reliable, so that when you pledge your word, people know it can be trusted. The principle of do not think dishonestly also extends to how we perceive the world around us. We must strive to see things as they are, not as we wish them to be. This means accepting the hard truths of life and facing reality without illusions. It's about practicing discernment, separating facts from opinions, and reality from assumptions. In using Musashi's first principle as a compass, we begin to lead lives of greater authenticity. We establish a solid foundation of integrity, which gives us the courage to live openly, to speak truthfully, and to act in alignment with our deepest beliefs and values. Remember, every journey starts with a single step, and a journey towards a more authentic life begins with honesty. So, let's start by examining our lives today, by challenging our self-deceptions, and by committing to live a life of honesty and integrity. It's not always an easy path, but it is a fulfilling one, a path that leads to a life of genuine contentment and peace. The way is in training, a principle that rings as true today as it did in the time of Miyamoto Musashi. It's a principle that underscores the importance of discipline, commitment, and perseverance in the pursuit of mastery. It's a reminder that there is no easy road to excellence. It's the result of hard work, consistent practice, and an unwavering determination to improve. In today's culture of instant gratification, we often seek quick solutions, shortcuts, and magic formulas to achieve success. However, the truth is, there are none. There is no substitute for the time and effort required to hone your skills, to deepen your knowledge, and to refine your craft. Mastery is not an overnight phenomenon. It's a journey that requires patience and discipline. The way is in training is a call to action. It's a prompt to commit yourself to the process of constant learning and improvement. It's about setting goals and relentlessly pursuing them, not getting discouraged by failures or setbacks, but using them as stepping stones to get better. Think about an athlete preparing for a competition. They don't just show up on the big day and expect to win. They spend countless hours in training, practicing, refining techniques, building strength and stamina. They study their competition, learn from their mistakes, and push themselves beyond their comfort zones. Similarly, if you want to excel in your field, you need to embrace the idea of continuous learning and improvement. But it's not just about mindlessly putting in the hours. It's about being strategic and intentional with your efforts. It's about focusing on areas that need improvement, seeking feedback, and constantly looking for ways to learn and grow. Training is also about discipline, the discipline to keep going even when progress seems slow, the discipline to stay focused amidst distractions, the discipline to keep pushing when the going gets tough. It's about having the mental toughness to overcome obstacles and stay committed to your goals. Moreover, the ways in training also highlights the importance of enjoying the journey. It's about finding joy and satisfaction in the process of learning and improving, not just the end result. It's about celebrating small victories, appreciating the progress you've made, and finding motivation in the knowledge that you're getting better each day. In conclusion, the ways in training is a powerful principle that can transform your approach to life and success. It's a reminder that mastery is a journey, not a destination. It's about embracing the process, staying committed to your goals, and continually striving to be better. By adopting this principle, you're not just on the path to achieving your goals, you're also paving the way for personal growth, resilience, and a deep sense of fulfillment. So remember, there are no shortcuts to excellence. The way is in training. Become acquainted with every art. This principle from the legendary samurai, Miyamoto Musashi, may at first appear overwhelming or unrealistic. After all, how can one person possibly become familiar with every form of art that exists? But when we delve deeper into this principle, we realize it's not about achieving mastery in all art forms, but rather developing a broad understanding and appreciation for various arts. In our modern context, becoming acquainted with every art could translate into having a diverse range of interests and being open to new experiences. This principle encourages you to step out of your comfort zone and to stretch your intellectual and creative boundaries. Whether it's music, painting, literature, theater, dancing, or even culinary arts, each form of art offers a unique perspective and insights into human creativity and expression. Furthermore, this principle is not just about art in the traditional sense. It also applies to the art of problem solving, human interaction, leadership, negotiation, and other life skills. By exposing ourselves to different disciplines, philosophies, and cultures, we foster a holistic understanding of the world around us, enhancing our ability to connect with diverse individuals and navigate through varied situations. However, it's also crucial to remember that becoming acquainted is not synonymous with becoming an expert. The idea is not to overburden ourselves by trying to excel in every art form or discipline. Instead, the focus is on gaining a basic understanding and an appreciation for various arts. It's about cultivating curiosity, openness, and a thirst for knowledge. This principle also encourages us to see the interconnectedness in everything. The more we learn about different fields, the more we can draw connections and find creative solutions. For instance, understanding the rhythm and harmony in music can enhance our communication skills. Similarly, learning about the composition and visual arts can improve our ability to organize and present information. Moreover, becoming acquainted with every art helps us to be more empathetic. When we experience different art forms, we also experience different perspectives and emotions. This broadens our understanding of others and makes us more empathetic and open-minded. In conclusion, become acquainted with every art is a principle that encourages intellectual curiosity, creative exploration, and holistic development. By embracing this principle, we not only enrich our minds but also enhance our ability to understand others and to adapt to different situations. It's a call to live fully, to learn continuously, and to appreciate the myriad forms of beauty and wisdom around us. So why not start today? Pick up a new book, visit a local art exhibition, or try a new recipe. The world is full of art waiting to be discovered and appreciated. Today, I'd love to delve deeper into principle number 4 from Miyamoto Musashi's powerful tenets: know the ways of all professions. This principle might seem a bit overwhelming at first glance. Let's be real, how can we possibly understand the intricacies of all professions? But let's simplify it. The essence of this principle isn't about becoming a jack of all trades. Instead, it's about broadening our horizons and appreciating the diversity of skills, knowledge, and experiences across different fields. Imagine the world as a vast ocean, and each profession is an island. Some of us remain on one island our entire lives, never daring to venture out into the unknown. We become experts in our fields, but our perspective is limited to what we can see from our own island. On the other hand, Musashi urges us to become explorers, to set sail across this ocean and visit as many islands as possible. It's not about mastering every profession, but about understanding their basic principles, appreciating their unique challenges, and learning from their wisdom. Why is this important? It cultivates a broader, more versatile perspective. It enables us to draw from different fields and disciplines when facing problems, leading to innovative solutions. A programmer might find inspiration in music, a chef might learn from architecture, a writer might gain insights from science. The connections are limitless, and this integrative thinking can give you an edge in an increasingly complex and interconnected world. Knowing the ways of all professions also breeds empathy and respect. By understanding the challenges and complexities of different professions, we appreciate the labor and skills of others. It fosters mutual respect, collaboration, and a sense of community. Moreover, this principle encourages lifelong learning. In an age where information is at our fingertips, it's easier than ever to explore various fields. Every profession has its own set of lessons to teach, and by diving into them, we continue to grow, evolve, and adapt. In conclusion, Musashi's principle isn't a call to master every single profession, but rather an invitation to stay curious, open-minded, and continuously learn. By understanding the ways of all professions, we enrich our own lives, foster a sense of community, and become more inventive problem solvers. Before we end today's deep dive, let me remind you to hit the subscribe button if you haven't already. By doing so, you're taking a step toward expanding your mindset and transforming your life. You'll be the first to know when our next exploration into life-changing philosophies drops. So, let's continue this journey of growth together. Hit subscribe and join our community. Until next time, remember, know the ways of all professions, and let the world be your teacher. Distinguish between gain and loss in worldly matters. This principle may sound like an exercise in business or a lesson in finance, but in reality, it's all about personal growth and inner enrichment. In today's complex, fast-paced world, it can be difficult to distinguish between what truly adds value to our lives and what merely appears to do so on the surface. Our society often equates gain with material success, money, possessions, status, while loss is usually associated with the lack of these things. However, Miyamoto Musashi invites us to question this perspective and consider a deeper, more fulfilling approach to understanding gain and loss. When we talk about gain, our minds often drift towards tangible assets or quantifiable achievements. But there's so much more to gain than just material wealth or social standing. Gaining knowledge, for instance, is an invaluable process that enriches our lives on multiple levels. It broadens our horizons, helps us understand different perspectives, and strengthens our decision-making abilities. Similarly, gaining experiences, be it traveling, meeting new people, or trying new activities, adds richness and diversity to our lives that is incomparable to material possessions. Loss, on the other hand, is often seen purely as a negative, something to avoid at all costs. But loss, too, can bring about invaluable insights and growth. The loss of a job, for instance, while initially seen as a setback, can sometimes be the catalyst that pushes you towards pursuing a long-held dream or discovering a path you never considered before. The loss of a relationship can bring pain, but it can also lead to a deeper understanding of oneself and what one wants from a partner. Understand that not all that glitters is gold. A high-paying job might bring financial gain, but if it's costing you your peace of mind or time with loved ones, is it really worth it? A relationship might offer companionship and security, but if it's taking away your happiness and self-esteem, is it truly a gain? Musashi's principle encourages us to delve deeper into our values and priorities. It teaches us to evaluate our choices not merely from a worldly perspective of gain and loss, but from a personal standpoint of what truly adds value and enrichment to our lives. It's about recognizing the difference between short-term gains and long-term fulfillment. The key takeaway here is to cultivate a discerning mind, one that can see beyond the surface-level notions of gain and loss. By doing so, we can make choices that are in alignment with our true selves and lead a life that is not just successful by societal standards, but also deeply fulfilling on a personal level. So, as you journey through life, remember to carry Musashi's principle with you. Take the time to distinguish between gain and loss in worldly matters. It may not always be easy, and it may require you to swim against the current at times, but it is a journey well worth embarking on. Not just for the destination, but for the profound insights and growth you'll experience along the way. Principle number 6 is a profound one. Develop intuitive judgment and understanding for everything. This principle encourages us to go beyond what we see or hear, and cultivate an intuitive understanding of the world around us. Let's delve deeper into it. In today's hyper-connected world, we are bombarded with information at all times. From social media to news outlets, From the latest scientific research to the most recent bestseller, the amount of data that we need to process every day is staggering. In such a scenario, relying solely on logical assessment can be overwhelming and, in many cases, inadequate. This is where intuition comes into play. Intuition, however, isn't about making rash or uninformed decisions. It is about tapping into a deeper form of intelligence that stems from your accumulated knowledge, experiences, and subconscious insights. It is the ability to understand something instinctively, beyond the need for conscious reasoning. For example, a seasoned chef can often tell if a dish is cooked perfectly simply by its smell, or a mother knows when her child is upset, even when they insist they're fine. This is intuition at work. But how do we develop this intuitive judgment? One way is through experience. The more experiences you have, the more refined your intuition becomes. It's like building a vast database in your subconscious mind which you can access instantly, without having to consciously work through the information. Another way to enhance your intuition is by cultivating mindfulness. Being fully present and aware in each moment allows you to pick up subtle cues and patterns that you might otherwise overlook. Mindfulness increases your sensitivity to your environment and your own internal state, thereby sharpening your intuitive abilities. Listening to your feelings and paying attention to your dreams can also provide intuitive insights. Our emotions and dreams are often the language of our subconscious mind, alerting us to realities that our conscious mind may be oblivious to. However, developing intuitive judgment doesn't mean dismissing logic and reason. It means balancing the two. It's about using your rational mind to gather information, analyze situations, and assess possibilities, but then allowing your intuitive mind to guide your decisions and actions. This combination of logic and intuition makes for the most effective decision-making and problem-solving approach. In essence, this principle teaches us to trust ourselves more. It empowers us to rely on our innate wisdom and instinctive understanding, giving us a greater sense of confidence and self-assuredness. By developing intuitive judgment, we become more in tune with our inner self and the world around us, enhancing our ability to navigate life with greater ease and efficacy. Remember, intuition is like a muscle. The more you use it, the stronger it becomes. So, start listening to your gut feelings, trust your hunches, pay attention to your dreams, and watch how your intuitive understanding blossoms, enhancing not only your decision-making process but also your overall quality of life. Perceive those things which cannot be seen. This principle, at first glance, may seem paradoxical. How can we perceive, or recognize, something that isn't visible to our eyes? To fully grasp this wisdom, we need to delve a bit deeper. In our world, we operate largely on what we can perceive through our 5 basic senses. We see the beauty of a sunset, hear the melody of a song, taste the bitterness of coffee, touch the texture of a fabric, and smell the fragrance of a blooming flower. But the essence of life, its true magic, lies beyond these sensory perceptions. It dances in the realm of emotions, intuition, empathy, and understanding. This is what Miyamoto Musashi urges us to tap into with this principle. Consider an iceberg. Only a small fraction of it is visible above the surface of the water. The majority of it, the true bulk and essence of the iceberg, lies beneath, unseen by the naked eye. The same can be said about people and situations. An individual's words and actions are the tip of the iceberg. Their thoughts, feelings, motivations, and past experiences, these form the hidden bulk. Perceiving these unseen aspects gives us a fuller, more accurate understanding of the person. In a conflict, for example, the visible part is the argument itself, the raised voices, the harsh words, the tension. But beneath this surface, there might be feelings of insecurity, past hurts, or miscommunication. Recognizing these unseen elements can help resolve the conflict more effectively and foster deeper connections. Moreover, this principle also talks about trusting your intuition. Our intuition is like an inner compass, guiding us even when logic might fail. It's that gut feeling that tells you when something isn't right, even if everything seems okay on the surface. However, developing this ability to perceive the unseen doesn't happen overnight. It requires mindfulness, empathy, and a willingness to listen and observe without judgment. It demands that we slow down, pay attention, and truly engage with our surroundings. It asks us to look beyond the obvious, question the conventional, and delve into the depths. Incorporating this principle into our lives can profoundly impact how we interact with the world. We become more understanding, more empathetic, and more intuitive. We become better listeners, better communicators, and better decision makers. We become more attuned to our own feelings and the feelings of others. We learn to navigate our world not just based on what we can see, but also on what we can perceive beyond the visible. In conclusion, perceive those things which cannot be seen as a call to deepen our understanding of ourselves and the world around us. It is an invitation to explore the unseen, the hidden, the unspoken. It is a journey towards a richer, fuller, more meaningful life.